Hey everyone, Michael here from Extreme Diecast Racing, and today we've got Championship Race 16. 75 cars lined up, ready to race. I feel like we've got a really nice group here, and I've even included a couple of cars from the 1980s. So this ought to be really fun. We're going to see if any of these cars are fast enough to take on our current champ, who has the all-time track record of 3.551, and this guy cannot be touched so far. So I'm excited to see if we've got a car over here that's going to have enough to beat our champ and create a new track record. And we're going down a 42-foot long track, this orange 6-lane. Thing's super fast, super long. I've got Jaden here to help me out. Jaden, you ready for this?
Yeah.
There are some nice cars lined up here, and this is a surprise for Jaden. He hasn't seen these cars, so.
No.
You think our champ's going to get beat?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I threw in some nice cars here, but I've got a little bit of a track update for you guys. Guess what? The quarter-mile, 6-lane, white track, continuous track, is done. Got a couple of cars lined up here. I can actually race 6 cars at a time. So I've got a Soul Air up here and a Ferrari F40. Again, continuous track. There's no joins in this track at all, so it looks really nice. We've got our finish line here. Got a nice stopper there, and we'll show you how it's done. Pretty fast, 2.322 and a 2.295. That's a pretty good time from what I've seen so far, but we're going to have a lot of racing on here. Have not graphited any cars yet, but the purpose of this track is to graphite cars from our championship races. So we just raced stock cars on the 42-footer, keep that track nice and clean. But on our shorter quarter mile, yeah, we're going to have graphite the cars, and we're going to see what kind of speed we can get out of them. So before I get to the Decide Your Ride, we've got Championship 15 lined up here still. And the idea is we're going to pick the fastest cars out of this one and graphite them. Hopefully we'll have that race up in a couple of days. We're going to see if these guys, they're going to populate the ranks with the quarter mile. So stay tuned for that. It's coming up really soon. So right now we're going to go over the Decide Your Ride. So put it in the comments on which car you think is going to win the race. Can't choose the champ. That guy's already won. You got to choose one that you think is going to win the actual race for Championship Race 16. First up, we've got one that is really nice and is probably going to be picked by quite a few of you. This is a legendary Murata Stalker. Yeah, this is from the Hot Ones. And this is a beautiful car. We know it's fast. I've got 4 or 5 of these open. We're going to actually graphite all of them, put them on the quarter mile, but I want to open this new one. And this car, yeah, nice packaging. And this is from 1981. So this is real exciting. We'll get this guy open, and we're going to race him against the other 74 cars in this race. Put it down in the comments if you think Murata Stalker is going to take it. Here's another really fast one I've been excited to open. Silver Bullet from the Speed Fleet series. Metal on metal, just like that Murata Stalker. Yeah, this one's a really nice one too, from 1988. So a couple of cars from the 80s here. Let's hope these wheels are extremely fast. Okay, here's one that Ethan was really excited about when I showed it to him. This is the Nissan Skyline. Beautiful car here. It does have a plastic base, metal top. Haven't ever raced one of these on our track, so we'll see how it does. And here's a really nice one. This is the old number 3. Yeah, this is just a beautiful model. It's got big wheels on it. It's got that exhaust pipe that extends all the way to the back. There's a nice spare tire on the back. It is looks to be a metal on metal, but not a lot of weight here. But those big wheels, open air wheels, could be really fast. Excited to see that one. Here's another metal on metal. This is the 65 Mustang. Opening front hood, metal on metal. Yeah, I've never found a fast one of these, but maybe this is the one. 65 Mustang. Next up, a BMW 850i. Nice sunroof on the top. It has a plastic base metal top. I don't think I've got one of these open. So excited to see this one run on the track. So BMW 850i. Next up is the blown Camaro. It's a metal on metal car. Have a fast one that's the Loch Ness Monster version with it's a yellow one. It's got kind of a dinosaur on the side. So we'll see if this one's fast, this red version. Next up is a So Fast. Yeah, that is a nice looking car. We've raced a few of these guys, usually not slow at all. Metal base, metal top to this guy. So Fast. Here is one of the few trucks we've got at this race. This is the 1999 Isuzu Veocross. And metal base, metal top to it. We'll see how this guy does. See if he's as fast as the sports cars. All right, our last race, we had a Lotus Esprit. One made just a few years ago. This is much older. The black version Lotus Esprit. We'll look at the year real quick on this one, to 2001. So they're still making this model to this day. Plastic base, metal top. Beautiful car. Another extremely fast one. This guy made it really far in our last race also. A Shelby Cobra 427 SC. This is a metal on metal car, opening hood. Just a nicely designed car. Yeah, beautiful. So I'm expecting a lot out of this one. Next up is another one we all know. This is the Fat Fendered 40. Metal base, metal top, pretty heavy. So Fat Fendered 40. This one's also got a lot of weight to it. This is the 3-window 34. It's got the metal base and the metal top to it. Relatively heavy. And here we've got the Chrysler Pronto. These usually aren't top speed, but they're upper level. It's got a plastic base, metal top. We'll see how this guy runs. Here we've got the Seared Tuner Time Wizard on the side there. Plastic base, metal top. Nice looking car there. All right, here we've got the Nissan Z. Plastic base, metal top, great looking car. I like those headlights are nice in the front. Looks good. Okay, we've always got to have a Jaguar in the race. Another Jaguar XJ220. These guys have never won the race, but they're usually in it to the end. Plastic base, metal top. We'll see how this red version does. Okay, also Championship 15, we ran a Combat Medic, and it did really well. It was the Action News version. This is the Tony Hawk Skate Series version. And yeah, I'm expecting that Action News version to do really well in the quarter mile when we graphite the wheels, when he dusts it up. We'll see how this guy does. Combat Medic. All right, we've got the green version Mercedes XLK. This is a nice metal on metal car. We've opened up a number of these. Always seem to be in the race, but never quite winning. So we'll see if this guy is the exception. Okay, here's one. I've been looking for this for a little bit. I've got a couple of these guys, but finally pulled one out of box. This is the Honda Sprocket. Yeah, always a contender. I'm hoping I've got a super fast one here. Has a plastic base, metal top, but these guys do really well most of the time. All right, Honda Sprocket. Here's one that I really like, Dodge Concept Car. It's got yellow packaging here. It's been in the sun, but it's the white version. It's got a metal base and a metal top to it. We'll see how this guy does. Okay, the Lotus Elise 340R. Another convertible here. This is a metal on metal car, but it doesn't have a lot of weight to it. I found a couple of these are pretty quick, so we'll see how this guy does. Porsche 911 GT3 CUP. Yeah, this is a plastic base, metal top. Just love the Porsches. So, great looking car here. So, here we've got a 33 Ford. This is the convertible version. Yeah, good looking car with a metal base and a metal top to it. '32 Ford sedan delivery. Sometimes these guys really do deliver. So this is the good, the bad, and the speedy. Yeah, nice vehicle, metal base, metal top. Every once in a while, these school buses are pretty fast, so I'm excited to open up another school bus. This is the graphics version. It has a plastic base and a metal top, but there's a lot of metal up there. Okay, school bus. Here's one of the other few trucks. We've got a Mega Duty here. It does have a metal base, quite a bit of metal on that thing, and a metal top. So, Mega Duty. Don't have a ton of fantasy cars in this one, but here's one from the virtual collection. This is Pop Cycle. Kind of tough to see in the yellow packaging, but you can see there's a bicycle there riding by the side. So, it has a metal base and a metal top to it. There's a lot of plastic up there too. But this is Pop Cycle. Yeah, here's a clever one from Hot Wheels. This is the four-wheeler, so like 4 when you're golfing, and you actually put a golf ball on the top of that, so it can be a tee when you go out golfing. Has a metal base and partially metal top there. There's some plastic there too, but four-wheeler. Yeah, here we've got another metal on metal. This is a Midnight Auto. Yeah, I really like this one. It does pretty well most of the time, so we'll see how if this is a fast one too. And yeah, Ethan and I just watched a video on the Dodge Viper. Yeah, this is a nicer car than I thought. I think the Hot Wheels version doesn't quite, it's a little stubby compared to the real one. But this is a really nice performing car. I didn't realize it had done so well. They matched it up against some other cars, and it did really well in the testing. But Dodge Viper, we'll see how fast he is on our track. Okay, here we've got a Mini Cooper. This is a metal-on-metal car. These guys have a short wheelbase, but they're sometimes pretty quick. So, Mini Cooper, if you think he's going to win, put it down in the comments. Here we've got the Shadow MK2A. This is a plastic base, metal top, very aerodynamic. Might be good for the long track. Here we've got another Tony Hawk Skate series. So we saw that Combat Medic earlier, and now this is the Speed Blaster. This is a plastic base and a metal top. So Speed Blaster. Now this guy is not aerodynamic. This is the semi-fast. It's kind of catch a lot of wind in the front of this guy down our long track. This has a metal base and a plastic top to it. So semi-fast. Now this guy is just plain heavy. I'm sure he's the heaviest one in the race. This is the Dairy Delivery. Plastic base, metal top, but there is a lot of metal to this guy. So we'll see if his weight will win out and win the long race. Here we've got the MX-48 Turbo. So that looks to be a metal base to this and a metal top. Convertible here. Got the blue version of this. We'll see how well he does. He's from Max Steel, it looks like. Okay, next up is the Solar CX4. So we all know about the Solar. Sometimes these guys come out running. This one happens to have a plastic base and a metal top to it. So we'll see how nice his wheels are, and if he can take this race. There's a chance. You never can count out the Solars. Here is the MST Suzuka. We found one really fast MST earlier. It's got a really low to the track. Sometimes it's tough on the continuous track because there's a little bump in the middle. But the one we found did just fine. I found other ones that drag a little bit, but hopefully this is a super fast one. So you can't count this guy out. Okay, here is Sweet 16. We like to race the Sweet 16 twos, but this is the original version. I've got a couple of the white ones open, but I've never raced a black version. So it's a really neat model. I think the back trunk opens up back there. It is a metal on metal car. It's a big old metal engine up there. Here we've got Muscle Tone. So it looks like it could be a real model, but it's a fantasy car. It's got a plastic base, metal top. Another fantasy here, Overboard 454. It's got a plastic base to it and a metal top. Okay, here's a beautiful car. This is the Lotus Project M250. Oh yeah, what a nice looking car that one is. Plastic base, metal top. Here we've got the Open Roadster. Yeah, this one has a metal base and a metal top to it. Looks to be pretty aerodynamic too. We'll see how this guy does. Okay, I am still looking for a fast fire eater. I know some of them exist out there. I've never found one, but I want one. And so hopefully this is it. This is a metal top and a plastic base. Decent weight to it. I really hope this one's fast. Another Jaguar, but this one's the Jaguar. Oh, it's the XK8. Metal top, plastic base to it. Really nice looking headlights. I like it when Hot Wheels does that. Has the plastic go through the front end of the diecast. It looks really sharp. Yeah, I found these salt flat racers to be pretty decent. So hopefully we've got a fast one here. So the salt flat racer. It's got a metal base and a plastic top to it. Okay, here is another small one, just like our Mini that we looked at. This is the Lancia Stratos. And it's got a plastic base and a metal top. So short wheelbase, not extremely heavy. Have to have really good wheels to win this race. Fantasy car, but Arachnarod sometimes does really well. So you can see this is a spider on top there. Hence the name Arachnarod. This has a plastic base and a metal top to it. Next up is the Celine S7. Beautiful looking car. It's got a plastic base, metal top. Just looks really sharp there. And here we've got the 68 Cougar. So plastic base, metal top to it. I have found fast ones of these in the past. Hopefully this is one of them. We'll see how he does. All right, we've had these guys in a couple of races now. Way too fast. Opening up another one of these. It's got a metal base and a metal top to it. Yeah, sometimes these guys are really fast. Sometimes they're duds is what I've found. So hopefully we've got a fast one here. Okay, I've always liked this fantasy here. This is the Grease Lightning. Really long, that's for sure. Metal base, metal top, but you can see it's kind of skinny in some spots, so it doesn't have a ton of weight to it. Hopefully there's really fast wheels here. Okay, here we've got one of the trucks. This is the Custom 69 Chevy. Metal top, plastic base, but it's got decent weight to it. I'm hoping this guy is really fast. We'll see how he does. All right. Here we've got the Pikes Peak Tacoma. So Toyota 64 on the side. Pretty aerodynamic there. Got the big fin in the back. Plastic base, metal top to it. We'll see if this guy's fast. Got a low profile, that is for sure. All right, here we've got another fantasy, the Rocket Oil Special. Metal on metal. See that big metal base there? It's pretty aerodynamic. Wind can get through this guy pretty easily. Hopefully the wheels are fast. Rocket Oil Special. Okay, we're getting down to the last 15 or so roughly. 68 El Camino. Really long vehicle here. It does have a metal base and a metal top to it. So hopefully that equals speed. Really nice paint job on it. Okay, this one's looks like he's been in some kind of a rough package here. This is Hot Seat. Fantasy toilet racer. Got a plunger for a steering wheel. Yeah, that's pretty creative by Hot Wheels there. Metal base, plastic top, but the engine looks to be metal in the back, so decent weight. Okay, here we've got the Showstopper. God, this looks like it could be a real model, but it's fantasy, I'm fairly certain. Plastic base, metal top to it. Great looking car. Okay, we're still looking for a really fast toe jam. We've had some that are decently fast, but we want a really fast one. So this is our tow truck. It's got a plastic base and a metal top to it. 6 wheels. So we'll see if that helps or slows them down. Here we've got the Fandango. So this kind of a van SUV type thing. Plastic base, metal top, decent weight, but haven't found one with fast wheels yet. Hopefully this is the one. It's got a really nice paint job though. It's my favorite Fandango so far. Okay, we've got American Muscle here, classic 71 Plymouth GTX. We raced one of these with faster never wheels and it was pretty fast. So we'll have to see how this guy does. So 71 Plymouth GTX. Okay, here we've got the Supra's cousin, Toyota Celica. It's got a metal top to it and a plastic base. Hopefully really fast wheels. Yeah, I've always really liked the Roger Dodger. There is a version with a metal base, but this one has the plastic. It is metal on the top and that engine is metal, so it actually has decent weight to it, but if it were metal on metal, it'd be that much faster, I'm sure. So Roger Dodger. Okay, we've got an F1 racer here. Metal base, metal top. This is the Thunder Streak. So we'll see how the Thunder Streak does. Very aerodynamic, that is for sure. Hopefully super fast wheels on this guy. Got to have a Corvette in this race. A 97 Corvette this time. It's purple version. Metal top, plastic base. Really nice looking car there. Okay, we got the Pontiac Regis here. And this does have a plastic base and a metal top. Little fin on the back there. A lot of glass all the way around. You can see all the way inside that vehicle. But pretty nice looking car. Okay, here we've got the Vulture Roadster. One of the fantasy cars in this race. It has a plastic base and a metal top to it. Big old exhaust pipe going all the way to the back. Jet Threat 3.0. Yeah, that does look like a jet. It's got a metal base, metal top to it, very aerodynamic. We'll see how that translates out on the track. Okay, this guy has quite a bit of weight to him. This is the Screamin' Hauler. It has a metal base and a metal top. you know, feels to be pretty heavy. All right, we'll see how this guy does. We've got 5 more left. This is the mini truck. I found these to be pretty quick, but it is kind of slim. So hopefully it doesn't fishtail down the track. Got a lot of speakers in the back of this thing. Has a plastic base and a metal top. Okay, here we've got a fantasy for sure. Baby Boomer. It looks like a souped up carriage here. Big old motor on it. Says, yeah, something about bad boy on the side is what it says. Again, metal base, kind of metal top. There's a lot of plastic up there too, but Baby Boomer. Okay, we're going to give the Dogfighter another shot here. In our last, a couple races ago, we raced a Dogfighter that did really well. Well, we're going to graphite that guy up, dust him up, and see how he does. But here's the Dogfighter. Looks to have kind of a plastic base and a metal top to it. All right, backdraft. Surfboard in the back, metal base, and that looks to be a plastic top to this guy. So we'll see how he does. Backdraft. Okay, our last car is Fantasy. This is Monoposto. We found a couple of fast ones of these in the past and some that just are not fast at all. So here we got a plastic base, metal top. I think Monoposto is the car. Put it down in the comments. So now you've seen all 75. We've got some really fast cars here. Hoping we've got one that is super fast and gives our champ some competition. You can see he's ready to go here. The driver's excited. Crew's there. And we've got a time of 3.551. Nobody has even come close to this time. I mean, it is incredible how much faster this car is, and it actually fishtails down the track a lot. And so, you know, if we find a car that doesn't fishtail that much with great wheels, it'll probably beat them. But our closest time is about 3.6. You can see how much faster this car is than every other car. So hopefully one of these 75 is going to put up some competition. And again, we're really excited about trying some of these from the 80s. Got the Murata Stalker there, and we've got the Silver Bullet right there. Got a really fast one. Okay, Jaden, what do you think? One of these cars is going to beat out on the current champ?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's your pick?
I think Solar.
Solar. That one is just right there. Solar. I'm actually going to go for this Murata Stalker. Hopefully his wheels have held up well in that package for all these decades. Okay, we're ready. We're going to be racing down the big track again. Excited. And before the race, we'll probably post a race with our quarter mile. So we'll start taking a look at how fast we can get the cars on the quarter mile. So super excited about that. It's taken a little bit of time to get this track together, longer than I thought, but it is ready to go now. It is perfect. I've been testing it a bit. Been pretty happy with times and consistency with the lanes. I can race 6 cars on this, but mostly I'm going to be just racing 2 cars in lanes 2 and 5. Because those 2 lanes, it'll give me down to the thousandths of a second. If I race all 6, then I only get hundreds of a second. So if I'm trying to go through a bunch of cars quick just to pull out the fast ones, I'll run 6. But when it gets down to the really fast cars, I'm just going to run 2 at a time. So pretty excited about that. Stay tuned, everybody. Okay. We'll have the race up hopefully in about a week. Thanks for watching, everybody.